Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games and day 3 of my Space Wolves 3000 point army challenge. And it's now 1:30 a.m. I'm calling it a day. It's been really busy. I've underestimated just how long it's going to take to build the Razorbacks and those Finecast models. But I managed to get those done and also the Terminators. So pretty pleased with the progress today. So in this video, I thought we could take a look at all the models I've put together so you can see what stage I'm up to now in the challenge, and then we could talk about the Finecast models, have a close look at them, and just, this is really my first experience on them, so I thought we could just have a talk about Finecast, what it's like to work with, what worked, what didn't work, what was good, what was bad, and then hopefully that'll help you out if you want to order any of these Finecast models for your collection. But first, let's take a look at the models I've built today and we'll see what stage the army's at so far. So here's the army now. This is the stage we've got to, and you can see it's really coming together. It's filling up this big sheet of card and foam really quickly. And so today I built the 2 Razorbacks, which can also be regular rhinos, 6 or 5 Finecast, 1 extra hero character, and 10 Terminators. And the Terminators are really cool. You can include 1 in your Grey Hunter pack, so that's awesome. So you can have 1 Wolfguard Terminator as your pack leader. So I've done all different ones. I've done 5 with different weapons, and then I've done another 5 that are all going to have the claw. So with that claw, then these are going to be really powerful. There's some great abilities that come with that, so I'll go through those later on once they're finished. And they've all got the storm shields as well, as you can see here. So I'm really playing into this whole Viking theme. So we've got the shield war here with a pack of 5, all with the storm shields. And then those other ones that I've done with different weapons, they're going to just mix in with the Grey Hunters and give them some support and also absorb some of the hits coming their way as well. So I've got all different ones, the axe, the hammer, the shield, the sword, also one with twin claws. So a real good mix. So what I can do then is make lots of different videos, come up with different armies, and then include the different variations of these Terminators. So you'll get a real good look at what each one can do and how that plays out on the battlefield. And here's the Finecast models, or some of them. Here's Najal Stormcaller, and this is probably my favourite model actually. This is what really got me into these Space Wolves. Once I saw the wolves, the crow, the look of this guy and the abilities he has, I really got into it. And yeah, great miniature. And then there's some other ones. I did 5 different ones all together. This guy's awesome. He's a really cool miniature. And he's called Arjak Rockfist. And there's so many characters in this army. It's crazy. Here's another one. Canis Wolfborn. This is a really cool wolf, a little bit bigger than the ones we've seen so far. And then we've got the 2 rhinos, which can also be the Razorback. So we've got the option of taking the different tops off and not gluing them down. And shout out and thanks to Chris Ashcroft, who commented in yesterday's video just saying not to glue those pieces down so that you can have that option. So thanks for that. Great advice, and I've certainly took it here. So we'll have a closer look at these in a little while. And here's the pile that we've got to build. So not many to go. We've got 3 packs of Grey Hunters, which are also going to be Blood Wolves and Wolfguard. Then we've got 1 Thunderwolf Cavalry, and then the big Stormfang gunship. So not many to do at all. And here's all the empty sprues, some empty boxes. I've also got a pile of sprues with bits still on there. And I'm going to be using those just to jazz up the miniatures that I've built so far a little bit more. So once I've got everything built, I'll take the sprues out, have a close look at all the bits and pieces, and then decide how to make these look a little bit more Space Wolvy. Okay, I've brought the camera in a bit closer now. I thought we could just have a quick look at these rhinos and Razorbacks just to show you what I've done so far. So this bit's not glued, but it's all built. This is really cool because you can move it a little bit like that. So I've just built that so I can have the option of having the Razorback, and then that comes out, and then this also comes off, this also comes off, and then I've got like a closed hatch, so if you want to swap that out, you can. And I'll be putting a Viking Space Wolf face and head on this one, so, and also some of the little bits from the sprue that are left over, so you can really tell he's a Space Wolf. And then I've also got this missile, so that'll probably go on there somewhere, because I like the idea of that. For 5 points, once per battle, you can use that. So that could be interesting, and maybe I'll include that. Just got the little, searchlight. Don't know if I'll use that, really. And then some little crates and little gasoline tanks, I guess. These are really cool. They'll just be scatter terrain that I'll build into some battlefield. And then this piece I've kept, and that'll just go on top. Then I can use that as a Rhino rather than a Razorback. I did glue that on, but I think it matches the theme. You know, it ties in with the whole fangs. And so I might sharpen them up a little bit more, put some other bits on there and see how that goes. I'm also going to paint the inside. So I haven't glued this bit on yet. And all that bit there, this bit slots out, and so I'll paint the inside, paint this up, and then that'll be fun because the back ramp drops down so you can see inside, and I think that'll be pretty cool. So that's what I've done with the Razorback stroke Rhino. So yeah, that's really good advice from Chris, so thanks for that, mate. That really helped out. And yeah, another thing you can do if you wanted is paint in here, but I glued that shut, so I'm not too worried about that. But this bit I thought would be fun to paint. So now let's have a look at the Finecast models and talk a bit about what was good and what was bad. Let's start with this guy, the Cyberwolf. So here he is. Nice looking model. You can see all around there. I just thought I could compare it to one of the Fenrisian wolves so you can see the fur and just see the difference. So it's certainly better detail on this one. And you can see there, it's almost like flat panels that have been like moulded together to create that one, where this one has really been tooled almost a lot more in detail. The tail's very similar. And then let's have a look at the face. There you go. So a little bit more detail there. But I tell you what, these were really time consuming to like trim and get ready. There was so much to do to get this tidied up. And so these took me a lot longer than I thought they would. And you can see they haven't really gone together all that well either. And I thought for Finecast it would be like perfect to fit them together, but it certainly isn't. There's tons of gaps. It almost looks like it doesn't go on properly, like in there. So there's a little bit of filling to do here as well. And so that's going to take a bit more time and something I didn't expect, but not long. I mean, that's just going to be a little bit of effort. I'll just probably use some milliput and just put it in and then use a tool to recreate this. That's no problem. But otherwise, happy with the model. Really great. Probably a bit expensive for what it is when you consider the RRP is £12 for that and these are £22.50 and you get 5. There's a bit of a difference, but it is cool with all these extra like cyber parts to it. And you can have this as one unit in the army, which I really like because that's really handy for objectives and things like that. So yeah, nice model and I'm happy with it. I just didn't expect it to take so long. Now we're on to Arjak Rockfist, and this is a fantastic model. I love this one. The detail on it is great. The runes are fantastic. He's got an anvil on the top. In fact, you can see a bit I haven't trimmed off, so I missed that bit. I spent so long trimming these. Yeah, so I've got to go back and do that with a knife. Yeah, so there's loads and loads of trimming to do right in there. Really had to get in and get that out. So, and you have to be really careful because it's quite soft. So if you go in there trying to cut away, you have to be careful not to nick any of these areas with the knife. But great model. This is a little bit twisted. You can warm it and then bend it back into place a little bit, just with a bit of warm water, I believe. But I haven't tried that yet. So I might give that a go, or I might just leave it. It's not that bad. But otherwise, really happy with the look. This shield's fantastic. It's got runes going all the way around it. But gluing these together, I read was going to be potentially a problem, and a lot of people have had issues with the glue not sticking. But I'll show you the glue I used, and then you'll get to see, it worked perfectly. Actually, I didn't have any problems gluing it, so I think I found a good glue, so that might help you out if you're going to be doing some of this. But the face is fantastic. The faces, I think, are really good on these models. They came out really nice. Here's my favourite one, the Giles Storm Corner. And then, yeah, you can see where the arms go in. This was a bit tricky because you had to glue them both at the same time. And it was a little bit twisted. So, yeah, but the glue worked great. So it wasn't a problem. The crow there, that went on no worries as well. I thought I'd show you a comparison with the cloak. So I've got this guy here we can compare it to. This is Logan Grimnar. So we can see the detail on his cloak and how that matches up. So it is a lot better detail. Certainly the fur's a lot better on this when you compare. I mean, this is great. If you see that, and to paint's going to be brilliant with some dry brushing. But when you put them side by side, you can see a difference here, that these are better. So that's really good. But these plastic ones are so much better to build and prepare. But yeah, but I love this model. It's so cool. Next up is Lucas the Trickster. So this is going to accompany some Blood Claws, and he's got some great abilities that can work alongside them. So that's going to be fun. A lot of character. This whole Space Wolves army is all about these characters. So there's going to be lots of options to like include them. I'll be doing 500-point armies, 1,000-point armies, mixing it up, trying different warlords and different tactics. So there's going to be so much content coming if you're into the Space Wolves. But there we go. Oh, Warhammer 40,000 in general, so because they're going to be going up against some other factions. But that was a great model. Really happy with this one. And his cloak on the back is nice. Look at that. Really cool. Now here, I thought, this is meant to be like that. And perhaps it is. But then I also read that you can get bubbles in this. So I don't know if that's a mistake. But it looks alright. So kind of fits in with the model. And then finally, we've got Canis Wolfborn. And so here he is. Another one that didn't fit together all that well. So I've got a bit of work to do just to seal that in. Yeah, but not too bad. Lots of trimming on this one. I'm sure I've missed some. But this was a good model. And it's a good size up against the other wolf. Like here's one of the Fenrisian ones. And it's a little bit bigger than the cavalry. But a fantastic model. This is going to be great fun. And he comes just with the claws. You can't change the weapon option. It is what it is. But I think he looks great like that. And so he can lead the other cavalry in if you want to. You can even proxy him as a regular cavalry. So you've got lots of options, but a really nice model. So I'm really happy with this one. And the other character and the final one is Ulrich the Slayer. So this guy's great. He's not like a leader. He's just like a character that you can have in there. And so he's like battle worn. He's one of the oldest Space Wolves, apart from the Dreadnoughts. And so, yeah, lots of character. Great model. This one was a joy to build. Nice and easy. And yeah, so I can't wait to get this one painted up. It's great. So previously to the Space Wolves, I've built the Wargog Prophet before, and these fire golems as well from TT Combat, which are great little models. These are going to be painted really soon. And so these are the only ones I've ever glued together. And they went together fine, no problems at all. And on those, I used this glue, which is the Gorilla Glue, but I used the brush version, and the brush I didn't put too much glue on. I had to hold it in place for quite a while for it to catch, but once it did, it's been pretty solid. But for the Space Wolves, I went with this one, which is more of a gel, and this one was really great. This I put on quite a lot. I was quite generous with it, but it stuck straight away. I literally pinched it together, counted to 10, and then it stuck really solid. So if you can get the Gorilla Super Glue that's the gel one, then that's really good. And I didn't have any problems with any parts of those models, so I was really happy, because I was a bit worried from what I'd read that they weren't going to go together. So I think if you're using a runny super glue, that's not going to be very good. But this thick gel goes right in to all the like crevices and really gets a good bond. So I can highly recommend in using this one if you ever get any of this Finecast models. And if you're using like an army that has these older models, then there's a good chance you might come across them for some of your main characters. So there we go. That's where we're up to at this point, and I've really been enjoying this so far. 3 days, full on building. I've probably got another 1.5 days of building to go, so we're way on track. As long as I can get to finish building and get the models primed by the end of day 6, then we'll be good to go. And then it'll just be 4 hours of painting every day to get the army painted and based, and then also building that mountain fort that they can kind of call their home. So lots to do, but it's going to be fun, and I can't wait to get on with the painting and get past this stage. I hope you're enjoying following along with the challenge and seeing what I'm doing and how the army's coming together, and hopefully it's going to help you plan your army and give you some idea of what to expect if you haven't come across some of these different aspects of it before, like the Finecast, and also putting together the models, which bits to leave off when you're painting, which bits to glue, things like that. And so yeah, hopefully it's helped out, and come and join me again for day 4. And tomorrow I'm going to focus, I think, on the Stormfang. So I want to give a lot of attention to that. It's an awesome model. I've been really looking forward to getting it. So I want to spend a bit of time getting that built and really enjoy the process. Watch a few battle reports as I'm building it, and then share it with you at the end of the day. So come back tomorrow and you can see that Stormfang built, and then hopefully some Blood Claws as well. So we'll see how we get on. But I'm really looking to get the Stormfang done, and at least the 3 other cavalry, the Thunderwolf cavalry. So if I can get to that stage, I'll be happy. And if I can get some Blood Claws done on top of that, then that'll be awesome too. So thanks for watching, and please like if you like it, subscribe for more videos like this, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can keep up to date and join me next time here on Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'd like to say a huge thank you to my Patreon supporters who make these daily videos possible, and if you're interested in joining the community, it'd be awesome to see you there, and I'll put a link for that in the description down below.